Hey Tim, today's set we're going through a simple shell or basic block, right? So a shell or block is a type of defense which is structure based. So the idea is that I'm putting a frame in place and I'm going to hold it there as long as I need to stop their strike from getting through, right? So it's kind of like building a shield or a wall, okay? The opposite type of that obviously is a timing based movement, so like evasion where I'm slipping my head off the line, right? So the shell is our most basic block, and we've got a couple of different versions that I'm going to show you quickly. But the main idea is that I'm using my forearm and my hands to protect my head. For kickboxing, obviously with the boxing gloves on, helps. You've got a lot of extra padding, so that your shell might need some minor adjustment for MMA with open hands, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. All right. So the first version that we're going to do is just a double hand shell. All right. So hands just come in, gloves resting on the forehead. Notice that I've framed off all the space in front of my face with my forearm. It runs through my body back at the bottom, so I'm locking my elbow to my chest and to my forehead, the top hard part of my skull at the top. So my hand's got no movement when it gets hit, right? I'm absorbing that shock through my skeletal system, boom, and it's not going anywhere. What I'm not doing with my shell or my block is have my hands in front. When these get hit, boom, they're going to move and they're going to hit you, right? Consequences of that aren't as bad in boxing, kickboxing, but in MMA, your knuckles wrapping on your head makes quite a dent. If they hit you in the face, you're going to notice it straight away. So don't have your hands out here and get hit. Make sure you're really framed up on your head, all right? So I'm just going to put my shell in place, and I'm just going to throw a couple of punches, and this works really effectively for any straight line punch. That's where my shell is, it's in the front, right? So this isn't the structure to use for when the punches are coming around from an angle. Right, so again, it's just in this range. Actually, rest of you just want to jump over here. Yeah. So she's going to do a few more punching. All right, and so the shell is a hard style of defense. And what that means is it's quite uncomfortable, right? You're going to get rocked around a lot putting that in place. It doesn't absorb the shock of it very well. It's a hard versus hard kind of defense, but it is quite effective and it's really simple. All right. The key thing when you're using it is you don't want to stay on that shell forever. All right. So you want to try and get the window of when you go from guard to shell and back again quite precise. And normally it's a distance related thing. When they're coming in from further out of range, then you're going to shell for a second, and then once you're out of range again, then you can relax your shell. All right? So that's the basic double hand shell. The next one we're going to look at is just by using one hand at a time to create a small angle. So from here, I twist my body a little bit and I bring my single forearm to the middle. All right? Now that frees me up some options to use the second hand to counter. So if we just take a small angle again. So regardless of which punch is coming forward, the jab or the cross, by bringing my left hand to the middle, I can try and divert that punch to one side or the other, right? Or if it hits directly straight on, right, then it's not going to get through my forearm as long as it's locked back to my head. So I'll use my left hand first. Rose is slowly going to do a jab, and I put it in place to defend that. Good. She throws the cross, and it can be the same thing. Ready? So she does the cross, boom, same hand goes up, boom. Now the right hand is going to do the defense, so she does her jab, all right, and I defend on the opposite side, or she does the cross. All right, so single hand shelling. All right. The kind of idea there is that I'm creating a little bit of a wedge to knock her hand to either side. As soon as she hits that point of that wedge, it goes over. The forearm's really effective for that, but the other version, which I really like, is just using the elbow. Right? So obviously when I bring the elbow through, then it creates a sharper point. If they hit directly on the elbow, just so, boom, just hold it. If they hit directly on the elbow, you can actually really damage their knuckles from that, right? Even through the 16-ounce gloves, the elbow point is so sharp that by bringing my hand up and letting them just punch onto it, you can actually get a really good counter impact on that. Right? But otherwise, it's going to veer off to the sides very easily because, again, that elbow point is so small, it's going to divert or deflect anything that wasn't exactly straight on it. All right? So single hand shell, all right, either side.